A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
Wow. Take a moment to look at those faces. So today we've got a video from the Whatever podcast. It's a pretty degen podcast, and I really debated using this material, but from a body language perspective, it's a gold mine. Maybe you know this guy. His alias is Adam22, and you've probably seen him all over social media. Anyways, we've got a group of people here discussing OnlyFans, and these two people get in a little spat, which gets pretty spicy, as you saw in the intro. I want to break it down, but first, as always, if you like to see this kind of content, give the video a thumbs up or drop a comment. It helps me gauge better what sort of topics you want to cover on this channel. And lastly, go check out my Twitter at bowtied_owl. We cover all sorts of topics and tips on body language. With that said, let's get right into the video.
A lot of things will be hard for you to comprehend. That's why you're in sex work, because you can't offer value in the marketplace.
Let's take a look at the reactions here to start the video off, and we'll work the room from the right side to the left side. And this lady, she's well composed with good posture. Her hands are in her lap. There's a slight smirk on her face. It's a pretty interesting reaction, but she is confident, while the smirk shows a sense of amusement with his comment. Then we have Adam22. His hands are clasped on the table, one hand balled up in the other. This is the desire to speak, or he's holding back strong emotions. He's also leaning forward, looking down with shoulders also rolled forward, and his lips are downturned into a sort of a frown, so he's feeling very defensive here. This lady, she's got decent posture. Her elbow is on the table with a single finger touching the back of her jawline. And this is a classic microexpression characterized by drooping eyelids, losing focus in the eyes, and slight pulling down of the lips. It's a little hard to tell due to probably Botox, but we can't agree she's not smiling. She's got a concealed dissatisfaction or disagreement with the ongoing discussion. And this last here, this is a classic microexpression of surprise. She's leaned in, engaged, her brows are raised, eyes widened, mouth open. And now we have the star of the show. She's got good posture, sitting up straight, hands in lap. Torso and head are turned toward the speaker, and we see a microexpression of contempt here with lips pressed together, characterized by one side slightly pulled higher than the other. Mentally, she's not affected by his comment initially. And lastly, we have this lady. She's slouching back in her chair a bit, maybe because of the seating arrangement. She's not looking at the speaker, and she's kind of staring off into space. Her mouth is slightly open, with a hand on a cup, with the other hand in her lap. The hand and cup in between the speaker here. So she's trying to distance herself from the conversation itself.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, if you had legit,
I think I have a lot more to offer than just being on OnlyFans.
If you had
that I started 2 months ago, like there's a lot more to offer than
if
that.
you had significant IQ and skill set, you'd be able to go into the marketplace and earn a good income such that you didn't have to do that.
Significant IQ, like the women that you're with that let you cheat on them and bring whatever diseases back to them, right? Like those are like high value women, right?
I hear you. Right. Yeah.
All right, we have a couple important cues here, and the first coming from Red. Right here, we see her take a sip of water and then a face scratch, and this is called a displacement activity. So in moments of conflict or unease, people might engage in displacement activities, which are irrelevant actions in the context of the current activity, and here they're serving as distractions from the tension in the room. And now we see the guy and the gal getting in an argument, and what you should notice here is called mirroring. So look at their facial expressions and their hand gestures. The man is leading and the woman is mirroring in this case. And this is called defensive mimicry, and it serves two purposes here. It equalizes the playing field. So she's saying she's not to be perceived as submissive in this verbal battle. And it's also a form of counterattack. She's essentially communicating that she's undeterred and trying to match the level of intensity brought on by the attacker, in this case, the man. If you were to find yourself in this position and want to gain an edge in the conversation, the number one thing you can do is maintain your composure. Don't get more exaggerated, and then you change tactics. Slowly open up your body language wider and more open.
So being that you don't have significant income or the ability to offer skills,
I don't have a significant income. Okay, gotcha.
Why do you keep cutting me off? All right, go ahead. You talk, and then I'll respond. Go ahead. You talk.
I'm just
Can you at least scoot your mic that way? There you go.
She wasn't listening to the directions. That's why she didn't know.
I'm a bad listener.
Just
I'm a bad listener, and I'm a cheater.
Okay. All right. Do you want to talk now? I just want to make sure you don't interrupt me. So go ahead. No, I'm offering you the floor because you were talking while I was talking. Go ahead.
I'm good. You can say what you need to say.
Wow. See, your brain dead. That's a problem. That's why you have to interrupt me while I'm talking. I gave you the floor. You didn't want to take it because you don't have any thoughts or anything to say.
I do have lots of things to say.
And don't worry, I'm not really talking to you. I'm speaking against you as a symbol. Mm-hmm. So don't take personal offense to it.
A symbol of what?
A symbol of a declining society where people lack values.
All right, let's check in and see how everyone's feeling up to this point. So the first lady, she's literally unchanged when we checked in on her the first time. Adam 22, you can see the anger boiling up in him. He's also unchanged, but look at those eyes. He's about to boil over. And these two ladies are just having fun, and this one looks miserable. She's feeling very insecure. The throat is a very vulnerable part of the body, and when you see someone covering it, as in this case, it's usually always defensive or protectiveness, probably about the topic at hand. Red is relatively unchanged as well. She's got the same face and all, still fidgeting with that cup and very aloof. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm. So the point is this. If you had IQ and skills to offer to the marketplace, you can earn a good income. Being that the most valuable thing about you is something that you never earned. You didn't earn knowledge. You didn't earn skills. It's your breast that you're paid for and your butthole. So you mark.
Oh, man, look at those reactions. And this guy is about to lose it. Look at those eyes, man.
There, you're right. Amazing. My eggs are drying up. Okay. I'm not going to be fertile. No one's going to want me. I'm not a high-value woman. Like,
that's
what
fine.
else?
We're not going there. Here's where we're going. If you weren't doing OnlyFans, how would you earn a six-figure plus income?
I do
Wait, speak English. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I work at one of the highest I work at one of the best clubs in Las Vegas.
You seem like you're having trouble with English for a second. Tell us.
I'm perfectly fine with my English.
Go on.
I'm a little riled up. Yes.
I said that like 5 minutes ago and you denied it.
I'm a little thrown off by you attacking me because I think a lot of these other girls.
That's because people never address you.
And I respect.
People never address you directly.
I think you're just attacking me because I'm responding to you and you don't like that. And you don't like women who go against.
So let's stop here and talk about this guy. As cool and collected as he seems, he's definitely feeling some insecurity, anxiousness, or low confidence here. It's clear there's a battle with insecurity or low confidence going on beneath the surface. The microphone isn't just close, it's an intrusive presence, and his constant sips of water hint at some underlying anxiety. And he's clinging onto this mic with a vice-like grip, and he keeps fiddling with it, effectively using it as a makeshift shield between himself and the woman opposite of him.
What you have to say.
That's fine.
And that's why you choose the women that you do.
Do you mind answering the question I asked you?
What is the question?
Okay, I'll say it one more time. What skills do you have that would help you earn a six-figure plus income at age 28?
You're right, nothing. There's no skills that I have at all.
You're trying to escape.
There's nothing.
But
there's no skills. No, you're right.
Because you're a cocktail server in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Right?
And there's nothing else that I have to offer.
And she's trying to play it off right now, and that's a strategy. Very nice.
What's the strategy?
He is right, and it is a psychological strategy, and it's called agreeing and amplifying. You've probably heard of it, but from a psychological standpoint, it accomplishes several things. The first being deflection, so she's sidestepping the emotional impact by acting unbothered by his comments. The second is it reframes the conversation. You're amplifying the insult to an absurd degree and changing the frame of the conversation by shifting the focus from the insult itself to the exaggerated response. And lastly, it sends a message to the viewers, us, that the insult is not being taken seriously and diminishes the social power of the aggressor, the guy. You beat this technique by refocusing the facts. You clarify your point, or if those don't work, you question the relevance. In this case, you'd ask something like, that's an interesting exaggeration, but how does it relate to the specific point we're discussing? Let's see how he does.
Tell us, please.
But the fact is, I live in Las Vegas. I've seen your type many times. Generally, they're younger. Gotcha. But the point is this:
old, I know, man.
No, really. Honestly, they should be firing you.
Someone marries me.
Yeah, no, they should be. I don't know about that, but they should certainly be firing you and get someone of the appropriate age to do such a low-level job.
Oh, yeah.
But the point is this: why are you opening your mouth wide like that? It's not time. Bring the camera out. She's ready.
I think she can be shocked. She can do whatever she wants. She's fine.
But here's the point. Here's the point. You're currently a cocktail server, which consists of, hey, I'll have a Jack and Coke. Okay. And then you walk away, tell someone else Jack and Coke. They hand you a Jack and Coke. You come back and bring it back to me and hope that I would give you a good tip. That's your skill set.
And what about it?
It's a hard work.
And what about it? It's a hard work. And what about it?
Yeah, there is no skill set is the point, which is to say if I took your brain and placed your brain into a man's body, you would be in poverty.
You caught me.
Because you're brainless. Carrying on.
You're right, yeah. I'm just good for nothing. Yep, you caught me.
No, you are good for something. That's why you have OnlyFans. And that's my point, is that's what you're good for.
All right, let's go around the room one last time before we wrap this clip up. So she's literally a statue. I don't know what else to say about her. Here's the first capture around the room, and then the second, and now the third. Literally unchanged. Adam22 still very upset about what's going on. She's opened up a bit. Not much change here with her. And we get a mic drop from the star of the show. She's a bit flustered at this point. And lastly, the lady in red, literally no change again. She's still staring off into space.
And I'm not trying to be rude, but it's just that
I think you are trying to be rude.
No, I'm just being honest.
No, I mean, being honest on what? I mean, do you even know who I am as a person? I mean, before like throwing these insults that I'm just this brain dead fucking woman who has nothing to offer.
We should avoid ad hominem.
But is it ad hominem when you actually? There were some, but
brainless might be a little.
Do you even know me? Like you don't even, and you're only calling me brainless because I'm the only one responding to you.
Do you think
you know what I'm thinking?
That wraps up the analysis, and you can watch the rest. It's a podcast called Whatever. They're on YouTube. I know we missed quite a few cues in this analysis, but some of y'all said I talked too much, so I'm trying to tone it down a bit. Leave me some feedback down below or how I can improve these videos. And lastly, don't forget, give this video a like, make sure to subscribe, and check out the link in the description and download your free copy of Read the Room. It's a comprehensive guide to understanding nonverbal communication, yours for free.